Look here. Look here! Look, listen!
What's going on, day loyalists? My name is Dwayne. My name is Daz. We're Dwayne and Jet themselves. What's up, y'all? Quayback Away. We here for another scary video. A creepy deep web story 2 animated by Llama Arts. I couldn't find the first one on their channel, so we're gonna be looking at the second one. I really like this channel. I like looking at scary videos in the comfort of my own home, and it's animated, so it makes it that much more creepy. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, man. Hopefully I don't scream too loud and I don't get scared too bad and don't pee on myself again. And let's get it started. A creepy deep web story 2.
I was 26 years old, and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get. I was a big procrastinator.
I see
so
that
more
llama
often
plush.
than not, I'd stray away and waste time doing other things. One day, I came across talk about the deep web while on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary.
I ain't gonna lie, I went on the deep web once just to try it out. Fortunately, I didn't find anything real creepy. I found a lot of broken links, and the ones that were usable were like, you know what, let me not snitch on myself, but I found certain stuff on there. It wasn't nothing too crazy though.
And decided I'd look into it. It was stupid of me to go on it in the first place, but I made it even sillier by deciding to check it out late at night. It was about 2 a.m. and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously.
Omegle?
The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty. She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while batting her eyes. I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl.
You're on the deep web, thinking you're gonna befriend a pretty girl on the deep web, bro. And I'm pretty sure, like, this is, even if I was him, this would bring up a lot of red flags, bro. It's like, why is this pretty girl just staring at me, fluttering her eyes, and in the background I can't see nothing but dark? Like, I would feel a little uncomfortable, especially knowing that I'm on the deep web and she doing this.
Better deal anyway. She told me to turn the camera on, but I ignored that request and tried to get her to talk. She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer. After a while, it started getting annoying, so I asked her if someone else was there with her.
I want to see you first,
she said. Up until now, I'd been chatting while she'd answered my questions verbally. I'm not that curious.
Don't be scared,
she said, laughing, this time looking behind the laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense.
Yeah, somebody in there.
Someone else.
Somebody in there.
Boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because you're not. You're talking to all of us.
Us.
Who else is there?
Turn your camera on.
Is this a joke?
Turn it on.
Okay, I'll be leaving now.
Turn on the camera.
Her laughter was almost piercing by now.
The camera.
There was nothing humorous about the situation, yet she threw her head back with riotous laughter.
Bro, this woman is crazy, bro. This woman is insane, bro. Who does that, bro? On the deep web, talking to strangers, just maniacally laughing. You know what I'm saying? That's creepy.
I had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed. The only thing that was working was the chat box, and I still had access to the keyboard.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
Her gumdrop-filled voice was louder than before, and I moved my gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera. Her face still beautiful, but the smile completely fake. My computer's crashed. I can't see the screen. Sorry. I lied. I didn't want her to know I had no option but to chat. Her screen flashed before going blank.
Hey.
There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved, thinking that at least I didn't need to talk
Bro, turn the computer off.
to figure out what happened to the screen. Just then, a chat message popped up.
Open the damn camera, you...
The aggressiveness in the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous. I didn't dare reply back.
I would have just shut the computer off, bro. I would have been shut the computer off. If I'm trying to close the window and it's not letting me close the window, I'm shutting it off, power off, unplugging. Even if I got to, I'm getting the sledgehammer, I'm getting a boulder, I'm getting my mini dresser and breaking that. You know what I'm saying?
But then
That's
the
me,
cursor
though.
moved. I watched shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the screen.
Open the camera now.
I still didn't make a move.
Yeah,
There's
turn
no
on the
way
computer.
anything good would be waiting for me if I did what she asked. The screen began flickering, as
Hey.
if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was? I started typing. Please stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist who got her kicks by scaring unassuming people in chat rooms. So I obliged and turned the webcam on. I saw my frightened face staring into the screen. Judging by my face, my attempts at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful. I asked around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer. There were several seconds of silence. I kept my stare directed to the little box that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black.
Bro, they're gonna turn the camera on and it's gonna be all type of demonic mass nigga rituals. They're gonna be a pentagram. They're gonna be sacrifice. Like, nah, bro.
I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as if she was messing with me now. Then I saw another message.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish. She typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages. I couldn't understand
This
what
girl's
was
a
going
nut.
on, but I didn't look up. My patience ran thin, and I wrote back, "What is this supposed to mean?" Her response came.
She typing in
I
gibberish.
read only the letters in bold, and
LOOK. Oh. I mean, she could have just said that though. She was already saying it already.
shuddered. I looked back into her webcam, and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely demented.
She's
She
insane.
had a savage expression,
Savage.
devoid of emotion. But her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage. The way she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her being. There was no amusement there anymore. Her camera went blank again,
She's insane.
and the chat popped up.
A nutcase, bro.
My heart stopped again. For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on. She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl. The girl's neck creaked to her side.
What
It
the
looked like it was causing her pain, and then the lights went out again.
So the camera goes off, right? The camera goes off. It comes back on. She looking like, right? She's looking crazy, demented. Her neck just goes at a 90-degree angle. What's that, 90 or 180? I dropped that in middle school. I don't remember. One of those angles is like, how is that possible? I only could go like 70.
This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There was another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders. Even with the subpar quality of the webcam, I could see the force with which the man dug his hands into the girl. It looked like he could rip her in two.
Oh.
The girl, however, had a huge grin on her face. Her eyes were mad with glee, or so it looked. Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy
I can't
grin,
relate. My teeth ain't
but I
perfectly
could
lined
see
up.
she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider. All three of them were shaking, as if it was extremely cold where they were. After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I yelled into the screen. They didn't answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
What is so damn funny?
I bellowed.
Why didn't you
They
close the
stopped
computer?
shaking. Within a couple seconds, the screen went black again. When it turned back on,
Whoa,
the man no
whoa,
longer
whoa,
grasped
whoa,
the
whoa,
girl's
whoa, whoa,
shoulder.
whoa.
Neither was she smiling. All three pointed into the camera. Upon a closer look, I understood that they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind me. I didn't need to look back. I could see myself in the webcam. There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask.
No, sir. No, sir.
According to what I saw on my webcam, he was with me in my room,
Hell
right
no.
behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box. It was the same man I had just seen standing in my room. Now, all three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye, but it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket. She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black. I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer and backed out of the room.
Should've did it the
For a
first
couple
time.
seconds, I swear I heard her screams even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet, but I was too devastated to stay there.
Don't tell me you
I
got
ran
the
out of
window
my
up.
house despite it being 3 a.m. I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same, and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there, nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in.
Bro, who's... Come on, bro. Bro, I get it. You're scared, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who could be in the house. But why would you look in the cookie jar, bro? You want to see if they stole cookies or something? Hey, bro, I think we looked everywhere in the house. Hey, did you check in the cookie jar? Bro, you right. He could be in the cookie jar. Let me see. Like, bro.
I've never gone back.
All
to
right, the coast is
deep web.
clear.
My friend suggested it might have been some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself. I'd wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too.
Probably.
Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do,
Please don't do nothing
because there
scary.
was nothing concrete to report to the police. What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one.
Yeah.
There was no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
Okay, cool. No jump scares. We good. Alright, yo, this is a video. That's the Creepy Deep Web Story 2 animated. This was creepy. This was super creepy. I feel like in that situation, it was probably one of those things where they did that to scare him. Either that, or she was forced to go along with it. And then after they finished doing what they wanted to do, they just offed it. I would have just been turned off the computer. I would have been turned off the computer because I ain't trying to deal with none of that foolishness. And even when I went to the deep web, I didn't really find anything that crazy. I found some mildly interesting things, but I haven't found nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the red room, the black room, whatever you call it thing. I haven't found that, fortunately. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you went to the deep web, how was it? And was it bad? Quaymax, aka Quay,